Yo, what is going on, you slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you another episode of Rate Their Chances. And if you haven't seen the series before, basically each episode I do every single Sunday at minimum 2 episodes. And I will be going over a specific character in each episode, be going over pros, be going over some cons. And at the end, I will give my opinion, out of 0 through 100% on what I believe the character has to be, a playable character in the upcoming Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. So with that out of the way, let's jump right into today's episode. Now, real quick, I do want to say I definitely listen to your guys' suggestions when it comes to characters you want me to do for an episode. And last week, longtime viewer, at least of the series, Miles Howard, I believe that's who it is, Miles, right? Did I get your last name right? I don't remember, but Miles, I got you. You asked for Captain Toad. You've practically been watching the series since day one with Waluigi, so I appreciate that, buddy. We got Captain Toad for you, so let's jump into some pros and cons. So first up, of course, we got to go over the pros, right? That's how we start. We go pros and then we go cons. So first things first, Captain Toad from a very popular game on the Wii U, nonetheless, in Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. It actually took, it was a pretty big hit for the, that was one of the few hits. Actually, the Wii U actually had a few few good games, but we're here just for the Treasure Tracker. So, I can't speak right now, but Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, there we go, I said it. But a very popular game on the Wii U, ended up getting ported over to the Nintendo 3DS, and then I believe it's July 13th. It's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. So, getting ported over, it's popular. People like this. People love the game. It's actually, I never played it myself, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, and it's very fun. It's very cool. But, Toad himself, or Captain Toad in this case, absolutely has personality nailed down. People love him. He's just, he's his own unique kind of character, which is really cool. And, so he's got the personality he's got that he's got that box checked off nice and good. So moveset potential, again, another big sticking point for characters, but I think Captain Toad has enough variety from his games that you can actually tell or create a moveset for him in terms of, he's got his pickaxe, he's got the turnips you could probably throw. The minecart could be incorporated somehow, maybe as an up B as a jump, or maybe like a side smash or something like that, So there's definitely a lot of potential for Captain Toad in the moveset, no doubt. We'll get back to something else, moveset potential, or moveset wise, in the cons. I'm sure you might know what it is if you've played Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So personality and moveset, both those boxes have been checked. Now, another big pro is when Sakurai, and when a new Smash Bros. Game comes out, and Sakurai's picking a roster, he likes to go back and pick newer characters from kind of like the previous generation. In this case, the Wii U. Now, the Wii U was short-lived, 4 years, but there were some good games. Came out with some new IPs, Wonderful 101. Of course, right here, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, and there are quite a few others I could name. But I think it's a big pro because when Sakurai looks back, he's going to come up with the roster really early in the game who he thinks should be playable. And if he's going to continue the pattern that he chooses, where he chooses characters from previous generations, Toad's got to be, Captain Toad, he's got to be at the top of that list. I would think so. At least probably top 10 that he's got in his mind. Maybe a couple other characters that could use, not reworks, but more time in development if he didn't think they were quite ready, but that's a different topic. So Captain Toad, absolutely. Let's go over this again. Personality, check. Moveset, check. Very popular from last generation, check. Got his game, remade, twice? The 3DS and the Switch now, so yeah, Toad's a popular character, plus Mario seems to get a new character every Smash game, so a new Mario representative. Wow, it's late, I can't speak, but Toad's got a lot of these boxes checked off, and I think that could really help his chances becoming a playable character. But now we got to move on to the cons. And going back to the moveset thing that I was saying earlier, moveset wise, there's a big something that's lacking, and that is, of course, jumping. And well, if you've ever played Smash Bros, you gotta jump. Now, you could easily just say, you know what, let's just add the jump onto his character, you know. But Sakurai likes to stick to, you know, how a character actually he wants the character to feel like the actual character. And Captain Toad, big thing about him, he doesn't jump. Now, if you just go add something to the character that slightly takes away, you know, from that character's personality and their traits and all that stuff. So, you know, not being able to jump definitely is a con, but I kind of figured out a way that you could, like, I guess, work around it, and that would be kind of like the little ladders that he kind of pushes around and he, like, climbs up. You could use that as a jump, but some people are like, how would that work? So you go to press the jump, right, and a little ladder pops up. You're like, well, you could just sit on that ladder forever. Well, maybe there could be some sort of timer, you know, on the ladder. Like, it wouldn't just stay out there. So you couldn't just, like, sit under a stage for the whole game, you know, and just kind of waste time. That would be, you know, way too broken and unfair. So you could put, like, a ladder or a timer on each, like on his jump. Like, each time, so say you go to press the X button to jump, ladder pops up and he just climbs it and goes up. Pretty simple. And I don't know the exact time, but say 5 seconds, for example, right? Presses the X button to jump, got 5 seconds to climb the ladder. Of course, you're gonna have a double jump, you can climb the ladder again, got another 5 seconds after that. I don't know, it's just something I thought of, but, you know, jumping is definitely a big I think it's a big con in this case. But moving on to the last, you know, kind of con that I got, is he the most likely Mario representative? There's still quite a few, you could say, big name Mario characters that are still left out there. Just to name a few: Waluigi, Paper Mario. I mean, there's maybe Daisy. I don't think so too much, but there's definitely characters in the Mario universe that will definitely contend with Toad, Captain Toad. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I think for my final, you know, rating of Captain Toad, I got to get this out of the way first. I'm not a big Captain Toad fan. If Captain Toad's in the game, I'm not going to complain, but if he wasn't in the game, I'm not going to complain either. But for my personal percentage points, I try to do this, you know, as fair as possible. I honestly think Captain Toad might be one of the more likely newcomers in the game, and I actually have Captain Toad at about a 60%. I really do think Captain Toad's got one of the better chances for newcomers, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I mean, E3 is only, 9 days away. Woo, let's go. I'm so excited. We're almost there, guys. Just a little over a week, and we get some new information and gameplay. Let's go. But I guess that is going to be it for this one. You know, thanks for, you know, sticking by and listening to all the pros and cons and that stuff. But again, 60% is what I give them. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. If you have any characters that you want to suggest, that you want to see have their own episode on a future one, throw them down in the comments. But please, you know, be realistic. Don't go throwing out some random garbage that you know will never happen. You know, Shrek. I mean, come on. Who honestly thinks Shrek would ever make it? Nobody. But you get what I'm saying. Real characters. So, yeah, if you got any of that, let me know down in the comments. And I guess that is going to be it for this one. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.